Have you ever noticed that the things that matter most don't always arrive because you chased them? Sometimes they seem to unfold because you stay open long enough to recognize the opportunity when it appears. Hmm. I was thinking about that today while I was driving. My husband and I just bought tickets to Seattle. We were already planning to go for Thanksgiving, but deep down, I had been hoping to see my grandkids before then. I was a little disappointed, but I kind of just kept my vision open to that. And, time goes by so fast, and my youngest grandson is only 6 months old, and I really want to spend time with him while he's still in his precious, small, adorable age, although they are all are adorable. But yeah, babies are so cute. So, so the interesting part is that I didn't know how it was going to happen. How was I going to get to Seattle before Thanksgiving? We had already used up all our points with my husband, and then and we want to book early because of the holidays and how the mad rush happens, and then the prices go up. So yeah, so that kind of stayed on the back of my mind. So I wasn't really trying to force it out or figure out the details of how I was going to get there, but I just knew that I just wanted to go see my grandbabies, especially having a 6 month old, and and then get to see my other grandchildren. They're all growing so fast. And I miss them. I miss them a lot. My husband knows that. But, with that, I just kept on holding on to the desire, and I just continued with my life. I mean, working and just bowling. I like to go bowling. I entertain myself, I mean, we are quite a bit, a ways from them. So it's not like I can just get in a car and drive and see them. So, you know, um, some people might call it manifestation, and others might call it coincidence. But I simply see it as life unfolding when we're available to notice it. So this is my story. I just the other day, and it was pretty incredible. My son called. It's been a while since I heard from him. He's very busy, and with his family and his work. I usually just text my kids and just check in. Hey, how's it going? How are you? I love you. I miss you. Thinking of you. Just checking in. Call when you can. And basically, I end it with "I love you." And my son, he called, and they get really involved with their own lives. And sure enough, he started to chat with me, and he went over everybody's summer schedule, all my grandkids, his schedule, work schedule, and come to find out, I was listening, and I heard there was a space in time that could possibly work out, but I didn't really think about it at that moment. And after getting off the phone and talking to my son, I just felt the urge to look online. Maybe I could see if I can find a reasonable ticket. And as I looked and I thought about it, so my son's going to be out of town, for about 2 weeks. And my older grandchildren were in Texas visiting family. And then my grandson's birthday was going to, be there. And I realized I could go 2 days before my son leaves and be there for my grandson's birthday. And then my other two older grandchildren will be back from Texas, and they'll be able to, I get to see them all. So I don't know how this even, came into my head. But then I thought, well, that sounds like a, pretty cool opportunity because in the beginning of summer, everybody had a different schedule. And then all of a sudden, when I talked to my son again, it kind of moved around. And yeah, so I will be there for my son for a couple of days, and then I'll be able to spend time with my grandchildren and my daughter-in-law. I'm not sure my daughter will be able to be up there, but at this time I'm taking that opportunity. So yes, I will be able to see my grandchildren before Thanksgiving. Like I said, I don't know how, I don't know if this happens to anybody else, or if you just hold a thought and think about it long enough, then just have that pleasantness in your soul, in your inner being, that everything is working out, and then all of a sudden it just opens up the door. So I was watching a movie, I looked online, I found a ticket. I realized that I had my own flyer ticket, my own flight miles. So I was able to use my flight miles and then purchase the second ticket and find some reasonably, priced tickets to travel. And yeah. And after getting that squared away, I contacted my son and my daughter-in-law and asked if it was okay for me to come visit this time. If it wasn't going to throw them off, I could be very much of help, especially with my grandson, my baby. And ta-da, that was the gift. I could say it's the gift from the universe, my desire, my conscious level. I don't know, but that's what manifestation is to me, is allowing myself to be available and open to the possibilities. Yeah, so I get to see my babies before Thanksgiving. So it made me pause and wonder if we're often looking so hard for the answer that we miss the doorway that's quietly opening right beside us. So here's a question I've been sitting with. What possibility might already be unfolding in your life that you haven't recognized yet because you're still focused on how you think it should happen? I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just kind of had this gut feeling that something was going to happen. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I think, learning more about these, questions that run through my mind, and also, learning about manifesting and grounding and allowing myself to calmly receive. And I just wanted to bring this whole thing to you guys, because maybe sometimes these things happen and we don't know how to go about it, or calmly, safely, or yeah, I just wanted to put this out there. So thank you for joining me today on this podcast. It's been a wonderful story to share with you, because I get to go see my grandbabies, and things work out for us all the time if we could just set ourselves and allow it to happen, and create, as we create our lives. So thank you for joining me on Universe Connection with Vivian and Universe Connection channel with Vivian. This is my podcast. Like, share, and become my subscriber. That would be fun. I love sharing these stories with you of all the possibilities. Best day ever. Peace out.